Hello everyone, this is Splunny back with another game for y'all. This happens to be Sonic Adventure for the Sega Dreamcast. It is a good game for anyone who is a Sonic fan like myself. There is no particular reason why I decided to record this game. It's just a really good game that I enjoyed. I haven't been playing it as long as I should. I haven't even heard of this game until I heard of it from the Sonic Mega Collection about how the Sonic timeline. But anyway, this game was a pretty awesome game. I'm not gonna lie. It's unlike most Sonic games where you're given some games are given the stage select screen. Others are just basically clear the mission, you get an next one. This game is a lot more story driven with a world map and all that stuff, similar to an RPG, except this is not an RPG. Obviously, it's a lot more of just the classic platformer. It's a 3D platformer, similar to that of Sonic Jam for the Sega Saturn, but that's a different story. This right here, of course, is the introductory cutscene for enjoyment purposes. I just decided to record it. Anyways, this game was eventually remade on the GameCube. For anyone who is familiar with it, the title Sonic Adventure DX. The only main difference between these two games is the big noticeable difference is the graphics, but we'll get to that later. And the main thing that was put into the GameCube version instead of the Dreamcast version was a certain feature which had well, I'll get to that later. Just like that, that was the intro, and now we get to the game. Like I said, it's a good game. It was easily one of, if not the best game on the Dreamcast, but that's just me.
Select.
So now we get started, and that file you see up there was actually just a test file that I tried out a couple months ago. When I first got the Dreamcast, and I got this game pre-owned for about how much? I think around $10. So I got lucky. You notice there's an option on the menu that's grayed out right now. We'll get to that in a sec. And right now we're only given one playable character that happens to be Sonic, so we're going to get started with his story. It is the longest story in the game with 10 missions, and it's a lot of story. That's all I can really say. So I'm going to stop the director's commentary right now. So we get started with the cutscenes. That's just basically what I'll be doing. I'll stop the commentary during the cutscenes, so that way you can watch it in concentration or something like that. So you can, or just for sake of enjoying the plot, I guess, if you're really that big fan of the plot. But whatever, your choice. So I'll get back to you in a sec.
Oh yeah! This is happening!
Huh?
What's up?
You are completely surrounded! Surrender yourself! Lock on target, men! Ready? Fire! Oh no! Our weapons are useless! Retreat! All personnel, fall back!
Oh yeah! This could be fun!
And right after that, we're given a boss battle. This is Chaos Zero. Chaos is a very is a notorious character in the Sonic series. I'm honestly not entirely sure when its first appearance was. It might have been this game, it might have been another game, but like I said, I have no clue. I'm not that hardcore of a fan, but I mean, I shouldn't say hardcore, but I don't have that great of a memory. Well, that and I haven't played very many Sonic games. You notice on the GameCube version, I think he lasts up there either longer or that, or
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
It's either on the GameCube version he's up there longer and he does some tentacle attack. Well, not tentacle, but he stretches out his arm and decides to attack. But either that or I just got lucky for this one. So that is the battle. You just hit him a couple times and he's down, and we're off with another cutscene.
Come on, you big drip. Where you going?
You know nothing, fool! It's Chaos, the god of destruction! Ha 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 ha!
Huh? What? Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah! Tails! Now, what am I gonna do with you?
So there you have it. We're just going off on our relaxation session as usual. We have to go inside this area here to save Tails, since he decided to crash himself. Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a sec. After the So anyways, this is the first stage of the game. It is not that hard. It's one of those, just like any Sonic game, it's just simple, get to the end. Well, not a game, but more of a more simple mission where you just have to get to the end of the level. It is, like I said, I just enjoyed this game, so I don't really have much to say about it. I'm sure people who have played this game before, if they could post a comment saying, I don't know, giving their thoughts on the game, that would be most appreciative, so that way, I don't know. I just run out of ideas, and I really can't think of anything at this time when I'm doing the commentary. But it's just basic. This part of the level is what seems to be the most memorable with the giant whale. Basically, just run this way. It was quite possibly one of the most breathtaking scenes of the game. There you have it, and that there I think is a glitch with the water still just waving like that. I honestly don't know. I'm just making random guesses and assumptions like I usually do, and I should, which since it's just a bad habit like that anyways. So there are a bunch of ring capsules around the other side of the island, and there's one up over there. It's funny how games like this can be just so generous with stuff like that, like 1-ups and points and all that. But that's just how, I don't know, that's just how games can be sometimes. It's funny like that. Anyways, if you run up this wall, there's a speed capsule. There's a speed up capsule. You can go out there, get a bunch of bonus rings and another one up, like I just mentioned before. Yeah. And believe me, you're gonna want a few for Sonic's story, since it's kind of one of the harder, well, not really one of the harder ones, but since it's the longest, and in case you make a mistake, they're there for a reason. The positioning of the checkpoints in this game also just makes me laugh. And that thing that's talking right now, it's a tip
Jump as soon as you land on the panel, or
flight,
else you'll fall.
it gives you tips along the way. So if you get lost, just feel free to touch it. Feel free to touch it. You'll be glad you did. Trust me. But anyway, that is already the end of the level. Just get some rings in one, and there's Tails.
Yes! Yeah, not bad.
You notice that says level C? Well, we're gonna get to that later when we get to the trial mode. I am still iffy if I want to record the trial mode or not, or something like that. Just me getting the rest of the emblems. I honestly am not sure.
Hey, Sonic! Long time no see, huh?
I'm just glad you're okay. What happened anyway? You're too good of a pilot to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Why not just use my plane, the Tornado?
Thanks, but you gotta check out my newest power supply. Ta-da!
Whoa! A Chaos Emerald!
Yep, I just happened to find one of the 7 emeralds during one of my test flights. This thing's got unlimited power, you know. So I figured, why not use it to power my plane? Supercharged! You gotta come over to my workshop, Sonic. I've got something I've gotta show you. It's in the Mystic Ruins. The fastest way is by train. Let's go!
And yes, that is how you unlock characters. You just by interacting with them in the story. Just simple as that. You can quit Sonic's story now and start Tails' story when you load the game back up. But since we already started, we're just gonna go in and finish it. So that's basically it for now. And also, as far as the graphics go, they're actually still pretty good for what, 1999 when this game came out. But I still prefer, I personally prefer the graphics in this version over the GameCube version, since it almost seemed like they tried to make it similar to that of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle for the GameCube, but it's just shinier to me, and I'm not a big fan of it. So with that, we're gonna enter the train, and we're gonna call it quits, and hope to see you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed.